Matty, our assistant. Brilliant day's work.
Number nine on the Christmas countdown. I am Si. This is Cardiff City World. This is Matthew Angel, and that is RDE, which I'm now going to christen him forever. I decided because his name's too long, but it is Christmas. We are doing the countdown, and number 9 is the amount of seasons that Kevin McNaughton played for Cardiff City. Some will say he was at the club for 2 years longer than that. He was, but he was on loan at Bolton for like 2 seasons almost. So that effectively he played 9 full seasons at Cardiff City. And it's my list, so tough. Kev McNaughton, what a man. Love him. He's my favourite person, apart from my wife. She's what a legend. Rhys has got about 65 million pieces of Kev's art, because when we did the podcast, which you should check out on Ace Podcast Nation, and it's on Cardiff City World actually as well, is super Kev Unscripted, where we used to just talk about all sorts of rubbish, and not all of their football, some of their football. We had some good stories in there, but we also used to do like some lists, like 10 best rock songs and all this sort of stuff. It was always a good time, but we used to just do a competition where people would win like his art that he was just scribbling while we were talking. And Rhys won it a few times, didn't you?
Quite a few, yeah. Got loads of those good stuff.
It's just scribbles, though, isn't it?
There's a few scribbles in some of his actual paintings and stuff. Caught prints of them. I think he'll always get 3 or 4 because he never sent the others on. Yeah. So if you get him on, please ask for him.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince him to do a Christmas special. So by the time this goes out, we might have already done it, announced it. But you never know. I'm sure we'll see him next year at some point. Rhys, Matthew, what's the first thing that you think about when I say Kevin McNaughton? Where's my wife?
Yeah, spot on. But no, he was just a brilliant player. Great engine on him. He'd go up and down that right side all day for you. And everything you want in a Cardiff City player, really. Put that shirt on and he always give 110%. So, yes.
I think he's vastly underrated, I do, for what he did. He had 4 or 5 caps for Scotland.
I think he was, he was quite quick as well, wasn't he? And he weren't afraid to put a challenge in, especially if it was a female lineswoman, should we say, then on the side.
Sean Massey. He, he's prolific goal scorer for Cardiff as well with 1. But like, it was his attitude, wasn't it? He's the sort of player which fans love, like that never say die, just thundering about the place, smashing into people, like you say, linesmen, referees, opposing players, probably clattered his own players a couple of times as well. But I do think he's a better footballer than people give him credit to for. Like we mentioned yesterday, the Bellamy event, obviously when people asked, I think someone asked him who was the most overrated player he played with. And I can't remember if it was overrated ever or overrated at Cardiff, but he said Kev. And I, like at the time, I thought, well, fair play. You are sat in a room full of Cardiff fans and to like name him. But if that's what his experience of it is. And in fairness to him, he did kind of clarify in that he kind of sort of said, like, I'm not saying he's rubbish. Like, I'm just saying that I didn't really think he was as good as what the fans thought he was. But that goes back to what I was just saying is he's the sort of player which the fans love, where he's full-blooded and he's committed. And I thought his fitness, like towards the end a little bit with Cardiff, he got like had a few injury problems, fell out with a manager a little bit, went on loan. But that period is so special. Here's a question for you, Rhys. Has he got the best chant ever?
Oh, hands down. Hands down. Find a wife you can have you as well.
Yeah, admit there's a few good chants around. Not all of them, kind of. There's some good. There is some really clever ones.
That's up there, isn't it?
But it is. It's a special one, and I might even cut it into the start of this little video as well.
On my Christmas list, top there, silver hair. So
yeah, that's it. all the best people. Got a bit of grey coming.
But it's nice. It's good to hear. Now I know obviously you were in contact with him. I know he had some difficulties not so long back, but it's good to hear now he's back into football. He's on he's doing really well. So it'd be great to see him back on a podcast, even if it was just a one-off special with you, maybe. But
it was weird when I done the so last year before the Swansea game, I did the week before I did a different interview with all different players, just 20 minutes, and I got him to do one, and it was very odd because we hadn't really spoken in person for a while, and he's had his teeth done, so they were bright, shiny white, but he's remarried and he's doing wicked for himself. I speak to him every week, and I cannot speak highly enough of him as a footballer, as a man. He's just a jolly good chap. In terms of him as a footballer, he was really flexible. He was a right back predominantly, but he could play left back, played centre back a couple of times. Pretty sure he played in midfield once or twice as well, just as a stopgap, maybe 20 minutes here and there.
It's going back, it's in the current squad now. You look at Andy Rinomota, who's a midfield player, should we say then, but he's slotted into right back. Kev was another one of those players, and I think modern day footballers now, I think you've got to be able to play more than one position and kind of take one for the team if you are asked to play out a position. And I think Kev was one of them. He always wore his heart on his sleeve, and you knew what you was getting from him when he crossed over that white line.
Yeah, and the thing I liked about that team, particularly the team he had with Dave Jones, was when you had Jay and Michael Chopra and these guys, Kev, is they had a lot of time for the fans. The relationship between that team and the fans was, for Dave Jones, was unusually close. They had a lot of time for the fans. And if you speak to that squad, they got nothing but good things to say about Dave Jones. It's almost like he had a bit of a mix of misfits and people who had maybe had some issues elsewhere. And then these cheap, wonder signings from Scotland, your Kev McNaughtons and people like this, where he just picked them up for next to nothing. Happy days.
We've had some great Scottish players over the years.
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable.
That's another podcast we could probably do, really.
Yeah, you could do a whole hour on the
Cardiff City Scottish 11.
Don't forget, though, Kev was a free transfer from Aberdeen. Yeah. Didn't pay a penny. What a signing that is. Back then, we were picking up players left, right and centre, and every single one of them was a workhorse. And again, as a fan, you might not have the ability in the world, but if you've got that desire and you show it, you wear the badge on your sleeve, we love you. And again, game after game, Kev would just get stuck in, run up and down non-stop 90 minutes, leave it all on the field. Again, and a versatile player as well. It's so rare to see something like that back then. I mean, you couldn't put a centre half and left back then because they would have the pace and everything. But Kev was just different class. He was. He's a fan favourite.
He's one of them footballers as well who I think could play now. Yeah. Even with the way the game's changed and how quick it is and stuff. It's just unfortunate towards the end of his Cardiff career, his hip had gone and he did have some big issues with that, which meant, he ended up going on loan. I think he fell out with, I think it was Malky he fell out with, I forget now. Yeah. He did talk about it on one of the pods. And I've got to say as well, I know I'm plugging my own stuff, but that 2 series of podcasts that we did with him was, I've done thousands of hours of podcasting now and interviews and stuff like that. And I've got to say, that 2 seasons of doing that, Super Kev Unscripted, was the most fun. And it was just so easy. We just sat and just talked, cracked open a bottle of wine and just talked, whether it was music, TV, football. And he'd always have a pearl or a story, no matter what. We'd still kind of bring it back to football and he'd have those stories. And the one that sticks out for me always is the Tom Heaton story, where they all went in his room and soaked him with a fire extinguisher, and they were on pre-season tour. And they all kind of, oh no, one me. And then when Kev was asked, he was like, yeah, it was me. Just straight away. But he's a boy enough, but he's a superb player, most definitely a Cardiff City legend, inspires my silver hair, and I just don't know what else to say about him other than he's just a special, special guy and a special player. And someone who Cardiff City fans, I think, will remember forever and ever. That's 9-minute mark, and that is also number 9 on the Christmas countdown. We would like silver hair for Christmas. Join us tomorrow for another interesting look at Cardiff City as we link up the number 8 in our Christmas countdown. Make sure you subscribe, all that good stuff. If you'd like to become a member, please do join. Maybe we'll give some memberships away. I'm Simon. That's RDE. Nothing else. And this is Matthew Angel. That is staying forever. Good night. X-rated Simon Cowell.
Come on.
Gavin Randall says last Christmas. I didn't even know what that is.
Gav Randall should shut his puss, right? Next.
Rob Boyle says the snowman.
Fuck Rob Boyle. Rob Boyle should never ever open his fucking mouth again. Right, next. Come on, keep going. It's a pretty well round. Come on, let's go quicker, quicker. Rob, ejected, never to speak to him.
You broke me.
Right, come on. Let's
go. James Costley says National Lampoons.
Christmas Vacation. Did he say National Lampoons Christmas Vacation?
He just said National Lampoons. Doesn't specify.
Well, who's that?
James Costley.
James Costley. You have earned a reprieve because I've got that film on my list as well. You motherfucker.
Ian Curtis said, "What is he swigging from in that glass?"
It's Rob Jones's tears. That's what it is.
Gav says, Santa Claus the movie.
100% Gav. Gav, I love you. I love you, mate.
So, some people are asking for that piece of paper, which I've already said you're going to sign and send to me.
Yeah, I've only got one piece.
He's going to sign it, send it to me, and then I will give it away as a prize, because everyone wants that, don't they?
Oh my God. Is this basically... Can you just look a wee bit closer to the camera, please, Si? Just to show how close that is to your face.
Just missing
really close.
Just missing my broken teeth and grey hairs.
That is going to be no.
I want it signed, mate.
I want to sign it right now. There you go.
Oh dear, it's Christmas. I think you've shocked some people with your language, Super Kev.
I'm just being honest. With these.
Yeah. Lethal Weapon 1. Oh, go away. I love Lethal Weapon 1, but that is not a Christmas film. I can't be having this. What is wrong with these people? What's going on with you guys tonight? Jason Jones says I could watch Kevin abuse Rob all night. Rob says you're horrible bastard. Gavin says Kevin, you're class. Alright, James said he did say Christmas Vacation the first time. National Lampoon Christmas Vacation.
Yes!
When he
Bye.